Hi everybody, today we had a great game between Navara and Salem Saleh playing the Prague Festival Masters 11th June. The Prague Chess Festival Master is a 10-player round tournament taking place from 8 to 17 June in Prague. A player received 90 minutes for 40 moves, followed by 13 minutes to the end of the game, plus 30 seconds increment, starting from move 1. So back to the game. Navara had white pieces. He started with d4, knight to f6, c4, g6, knight to c3, d5, c takes d, knight takes d, e4, knight takes c3. We have b takes c3 and bishop to g7, bishop to e3, c5, rook to c1. We have castle king side, queen to d2, knight to d7, bishop to d3. And the open use in this game is exchange grunfeld defense with some unusual lines. e5, try to open up the center, and David Navara decided to play, he didn't want to open center, he refused that with the move d5. f5 from Salem, and the position from this move f5 is equal. Bishop to g5, attacking the queen. So Salem choose to put the bishop. Maybe slightly better is to defend with the knight, but he choose bishop to f6, h4 from Navara, and f4 from Saleh. Not the best move according to engine. The better was simply trading up the bishop, and after this continuation the game should be equal. So we didn't have any of that. f4 and knight to f3 from Navara. King to g7. We had c4, h6, and that bishop must capture black bishop. So he captured f6, queen takes f6, and queen to c3. And this knight can't move because he must always protect this e5 move. So that's why Salem play rook to e8, bishop to c2, knight from b to d6, and a4. Not a smart choice from Navara. The better was rook to b1, and after rook to e7, knight to d2. But he played a4, and we have answer bishop to d7, rook to b1, rook from a to b1. Why not bishop capture a4 in this position? Because after bishop retakes, knight takes a4, rook takes b7, and you immediately retook that losing pawn and had better game from this. Your rook is on the 7th rank, and you have all of good way to progress in the game. Something like this. So you have a better game. So that's why he played rook to b8 and knight to d2 from Navara. Knight to c8, knight takes a4 is also not good because of this continuation. So again white are coming better from this variation. So that's why he moved knight to c8 with the idea to push pawn forward. Queen to a3, the pressure is on that pawn, so he defended with b6, and we had a5. he tries to break open up this b file. Knight to d6, and we had bishop a4, b5, couple of changes, c takes b5, bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, knight takes b5, and from this position this is the poison pawn. If you capture this pawn, you're gonna lose your queen, because after rook from e to c8 the queen is trapped. So you must capture first like this, and after smoke clears, you are clearly the black side is clearly winning. That's why from this position he play queen to h3 with the idea to put pressure on this d7 pawn and maybe later collect this knight. Salem see that and he play knight to d4, castle kingside from David, and we had a h5, knight to f3, ask for exchange, and he accepted. This is not the best move. The better in this position is simply positioning the queen to e7, but we had a knight takes knight, and you didn't capture with your queen, because if you capture with your queen you're gonna lose the pawn. That's why in this position Navara capture with g pawn, and we have king to h6, rook from f to c1 with the idea to capture c5 pawn, and rook from e to d8, and he blunder with this move, rook to d8. This move I think lost his game. The better was simply to play queen to e7, and the game is okay, but queen to d8 is not a good move, and Navara immediately took his chance for winning. Rook take b8, d takes b8, and we have rook takes c5, and now the next move, your rook is gonna go to this 6th rank with the pressure of this g6 pawn, and also you have passed pawn only 3 square from queening, and this is not good for black. Rook b1 check, king go to g2, and queen to a6 with the last idea maybe to put some deadly mate on the f1, but you know, Navara is a good player. He see this and play king to h2, and now your queen is protected. Scary square f1 and protect you from mating. Queen to f6, rook to c8, good move from Navara. Queen to d8, and we had a queen to g2. Why the g2? Example, if you play some random move like a queen to e6, you're gonna lose the game, because when you are closest to win, you are also closest to lose the game. Remember that. If you play some random move like queen e6 with the threat to deliver the mate, you're gonna lose your game. Like this, queen takes a4 check, queen to h3, queen to f2, queen to g2, queen to h4 check, queen to h3, rook b2 check, king g1, queen to f2 check, queen to h1, queen a1 check, queen f1, and this is the mate. So remember that when you are closest to win, you are also closest to lose the game. That's why you must play the best moves in the game. So that's why in this position he played g2. And now if you capture, you didn't give him check. So g2, a6, and we have queen to f5. You can't capture the queen because this pawn is pinned. And after this move, Salem resigned. He decided he had enough torture, and there is nothing he can do in this position. And I'm looking now to the engine. Engine suggests this is forced mate in 13 moves. So he resigned from this move, and the game should continue, maybe continue like this. Queen to g8, queen g5 check. You must play queen to h7, rook to c7 check, queen to g7, block that check. And if you maybe think you move your queen to h5, this is mate in 2 like this, queen to h6 check, and this is the mate. So that's why you must block with your queen. Queen takes e5. You cannot capture queen because you're pinned. Queen takes c7, queen takes c7, king to h6, queen to f7, rook to b2, queen to g8, rook to b7, d6, rook to d7, queen to h8 check, block with your rook. And after queen to f8 check, rook to g7, d7, you cannot capture this because you're pinned. And g5, you had another queen, g4, queen to f6 check, king to h7, and this is the mate. So that's why from this move Salem resigns. I think this was a solid game from Navara. Tell me what you think about this game. I will inform you from this tournament tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. See you.